Oops, my bad. All right, let me wait for them to get on. All right, so let me share it back, and then but we live now, man. So how you doing today, man?
Doing great. Hey, I'm doing wonderful.
Y'all on the two game win streak.
One at a time, man. Just have some fun one at a time.
Hey, it's about progress. You
It
got to
was a lot
build
of
it.
fun. It was a lot of fun, man. I
Always, yeah.
appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Oh yeah. Hey, I told you
Hold
you
on,
should. I was
let me
telling the
take. Hold on, I
team.
gotta turn this down. Yeah, there you go.
I was
You said
telling
what
the
now?
I was telling the team that I was telling you that if I was you and the game was that close, I would have ran out in front of Chris on that 300 because I'm known for doing that.
I learned that from you, but I didn't respect my man.
Oh yeah, hey, hey UBA, it's all fair. You know what you signed up for. you
Right.
you know what you signed up for, so you already know that come with the territory. So ain't no
Mm-hmm.
complaining.
Right.
But I learned that from them North and South Carolina teams. They do stuff like that. I mean, they
Hey, I
literally.
remember. Hey, we was in Greensboro when Corey Richardson was going WCS.
Oh yeah, yeah, yep,
That was classic, bro.
yeah,
That was classic.
yeah.
You took the camera down and gave it to him
Yeah,
on the lane.
yeah, yeah. I be trying to tell people it gets when you start traveling up north. It really tests your bowling gangster, not real life gangster, but it tests your patience. It tests
Right.
your focus. So everybody want to just bowl and just to talk, but no, you gotta put forth. You gotta be striking
Exactly.
because it get
Exactly.
lonely up there.
Hmm.
It get lonely, so I'm just giving them a chance to come in.
We got everybody we need now. Darren
No,
over.
no, I'm talking about the
I know. I'm just playing.
yeah. Now we gonna do it again. The recap. It wasn't much. It was just a time filler, but we back. We back. Let everybody know we are back. I got a bunch of texts talking about pull the camera up.
Who me?
No, me a bunch of tech
Oh,
people texting. Hey, I'm home. I like to have my stomach out. I be home. I like to have it out. Hey, it got something to say. All right, let me just put this in the chat real quick in this other chat, and we good. So, all right. So yeah. So I want to first and foremost want to introduce our guest. We have the Presidente of Bad Intentions, Mr. Lamont Pearson. Want to welcome. Um, do want to start off by if getting to know you more. What got you? Well, first of all, I know you from, and I remember my mom was military, and we spent a lot of time in. Hold on one second. I got it. My homie's a huge boxing fan. Um, huge boxing fan, and I gotta tag him in this because I already know he gonna ask me he gonna ask me to call you. I'm just warning you now. He got a boxing podcast and everything. He got a boxing media company.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
What's it called? Which one?
I'm gonna tell you in a second. Trying to tag him, but for some reason Facebook must know that I'm trying to tag him.
You probably can't tag while you're on live.
Well, no, you can the
Oh,
tag, but
oh,
it is pulling up everybody. But oh, there you go. What the hell? Here he is. All right, I just tagged him. But his it's called where he has it at. I can't find what he has it called. It is and it's gonna kill me. He gonna kill me too for not knowing it off the top of my head. But while
When
I'm
I
trying to
check it
find
out, I
it,
mean, you can
what
send it to me a little later, and I'll check it out.
while I'm trying to find it, but I know you from my mom was military, and we she was stationed in Norfolk, and I ended up going to school and playing ball mainly against Purnell Whitaker Jr. And what you at? You in the office? Office phone ring. And it took me some time, but my mom was very good friends with his ex-wife.
Okay.
Um, so I remember you versus Sweet Pea a while ago, but I would love to know how did you get into boxing and bowling?
Hey,
Um,
yo, wait. All right.
if you could share that.
Oh man, I didn't know that was coming. That's the all right. So um, I got into
And
boxing.
where you originally from?
I'm originally from Washington D.C. Born and raised. Been about 6 years now in the Georgia area. So 6, 7 years. So I was about 12. Back then I was born in '71. So,
Damn.
so, so, so I was about 12. I was wrestling. That's when you 11 and 12, your parents let you out and do what you want to do,
Right, right.
right?
As long as you
So
come in
the
before
rec,
the street lights.
yeah. Anybody know about Kenilworth Parkside,
Mm,
Mayfair Paradise in D.C.? You know. So you just got to know. So I was a wrestling back then. We was wrestling on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and they
mm.
had boxing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I went on the wrong day. I think I went on a Wednesday, and they was boxing, and I said I want to do that. So I started up. I signed up boxing. My mother didn't know there was no sign up. We just went boxing, and I had an exhibition. I came home with a trophy, and the rest is history.
That's dope. That's
I
dope.
was a '98 amateur Golden Glove champion, the national, two-time junior lightweight,
Hey, that is
USBA, NABA champion. I got
right.
into bowling. My family, because my family bowled. And back then when I was 12 and 15, I did bowl youth league. I was like, why y'all staying in the alley for 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7 hours? What is going on? So I found out I got my first ball. I had a black beauty,
Mm-mm. Black Beauty.
and I was very competitive. Um, I started out no thumb with the thumb hole in drill, but I've always bowled with no thumb
That's
because I broke my hand. I broke my hand against a couple of times, and I have trouble with the thumb in my ball, in the thumb in the ball. So
uh, that
it
definitely
was, it was by default.
that makes sense. That makes sense. Now, what got you started into wanting to start a UBA team?
Well, 20 years ago, and I think only person I know of is dang, what's her name? What's our director name again?
Christy Lee,
Christy Lee. She's from Jersey. She understands ICBC. So we had an IC. Hold on, I'm sorry.
ICBC, Little Romeo. Terry, you stupid.
I'm sorry, bro.
Oh no, you are
All
a
right,
large
so
hustle, but you had a burglar. I was about to say they broke in the wrong house.
Oh no, right, wrong house on so many levels. Um, so ICBC was Intercontinental something bowling something, and we had bad intentions. And as you can see, 2003, 2004, this was our logo.
Georgia Bulldog, ain't
I know that's why I wanted to
it?
come back with the same logo, but I was outruled.
You
So
said
20 years ago, we had a bad intentions bowling team and bowling club, and that's how we started. I had no idea about UBA. Um, my partner Dez, he bowled in it, and I just heard about it. Didn't think nothing of it until uh, me and my longtime buddy Matt, we decided, hey, let's go ahead and join UBA. And the only way I would join was to get my own team. And we sitting around, I think we might have been at his house or a restaurant, and we found out about it, joined it, uh, paid, and
that's
so yeah,
that's dope. So you was able to get somebody tell Vicente I'm on live. Tell him stop calling me. But that so you started the club. Fast forward to today, you have back to back wins against Southern Listics. I think right is the first one,
yeah,
and then a win against the Outsiders, which was a
right.
big win for y'all. Definitely a confidence booster from where you started. Um, but I do want to go ahead because the chat is booming and
They want to
desperate.
get to it. I know I
They ready
haven't
to
read it. I'm gonna keep away from it.
they ready to get to it now. Chat, I need y'all if y'all got any questions, like always. Make sure you put them in the chat. We'll try to get it. We see Terry crazy ass comment and once and for and always always give this disclosure. Let's always keep it respectful in the chat. You know, be respectful of our guests because we appreciate the guests for taking their time out. Um, so I had to go back and rewatch because me and you talked the other morning, and you said Michaela after the Michaela show. I do want to point out a lot that he did say in the um in the Michaela interview. You said she was being truthful, so it's not, but you feel like she left out a lot of details.
Oh yeah, yep.
So some of the
All right,
details after and then I had to go back, you know, do my little journalism duties
right.
and
I got you.
rewatch. And I had some questions. So what led us to this was there was a release, and it was a release of a few bowlers. And I think what what caught nation's outcry was that the release of these bowlers was was untalked about and unknown to the bowlers. So somebody was on UBA averages and looked for some reason looked up a bowler and found out that they was. So during Michaela's interview, she mentioned that she found out through text. So one of my first questions is, why wasn't the release bowlers contacted or communicated with?
Yeah. So um, here's the thing. I gotta start. You gotta start back over because
Okay, go ahead.
um,
Yeah.
give me about 5 6 minutes
No. You
to
good? You
lay
good?
down the foundation, and that probably will answer a lot of questions, and then we can move forward,
Okay.
right?
Okay. You
So
want to
we
start from the
started bad
beginning of?
intentions, started the
Okay.
ownership, the presidents, how to make up. And now I got to tell you, I'm coming on here. I thought long and hard about doing this. And Michaela, I love her to death. Nothing against her. But I felt like my brand, the brand for
Right.
bad
TikTok.
intentions, recruitment, things like that. She had a lot of truthful things she had to say, but a lot of I'm not sure if she understood the information that was given, that was out there. So that's why I'm here to clear it up if I can. Um, that's felt in my heart. I prayed on it. I was like, you know what? Then I lastly talked to my team today, and they said, all right, go for it. All right,
And I
so
can understand that outside looking in, you want to make sure if anybody's looking at your team that they don't
right,
have that.
Right,
That's the impression they have. I definitely
right,
understand.
right. All right, so we're not new to this, and a little bit about UBA with me. I was in Queen City last year. I was in
Okay.
North Carolina. I had the
Okay.
Carolina Rollers. I bowled the Carolina Rollers. So I went up there about 5 or 6 times, got the experience, right?
Okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, see? So here's the thing. We got the team. We have this official. This you're hearing it from me. You have 5 owners. You have 5 owners going into it, right? And Eric Moore, the
Hmm.
one of the ones who supposedly been released, he wasn't released. He resigned. He released himself a month ago,
Oh, but he made
and they right. He
so there was
released
an
himself.
announcement was.
Right. Let me
Yeah.
just tell you everything, and everybody take notes. The mathematicians, get your calculators out. Right. So Emo, for some odd reason, he released himself. You know, we talked for a long time, and that's what he stayed with, and that's what we went with. All right. So now we have 4 owners. We have 4 owners, and out of those owners, we have co-president was Travis Hall and myself. We're co-presidents. The secretary, Matthew, and the treasurer, Sean McDaniels. Sean went through some issues. That's why you didn't see him much this year. So someone had to take a dual role. So that's what that was. So that's where the leadership, there's no owners, president. You're finding out, you're hearing it right here. All
Oh,
right.
but I got fussed out today for that.
I know. He probably,
The world,
yeah.
I got
So,
fussed
yeah.
out for calling somebody an owner today,
Who?
and y'all
I know.
got
No,
and y'all
all
got a
right. So,
whole y'all got a whole boardroom over there.
yeah. And, so even starting the club, we want to be different. I remember back in BI, we was spending $50 a month with that. And that concept went on to this team, which is $125 a month. All right,
Mhm.
$125 a month. All right, that's $31.25 per week. We figure that's a league, right?
So you broke it
That's a
down that
league,
way.
right?
Okay.
You break it down that way. And what you get from that, and another thing that was uh, probably misunderstood, your initial payment, that paid for our jersey. We didn't pay for a jersey. I didn't come out of my pocket with it for a jersey,
Okay.
right? That was one thing.
Yeah,
Um,
she said yeah, because she said I believe she said they had to pay.
yeah,
Yeah.
who paid for it? How do you? Where did you send somebody money for a jersey? You know, we paid for a jersey, but we're gonna get there. That was something small, misunderstood. Just something I want to get the facts clear.
Right.
All right, all right. And when you join in the club at $125, when you join the club at $125, um, this our first year. Our motto was to bowl. The first we knew nothing about WCS team rankings or better yet the tournaments. We were the 125 was going to go for the 1 month bowling, and then we're going to bowl other tournaments. That was the plan. But when we got into um, UBA, we noticed that there was different tournament opportunities, WCS and team rankings and UBA tournaments out of town. Right? With that being said, our motto when we first got introduced and people signed contracts in the bylaws,
Oh,
all
so
the
y'all had
money,
contracts and bylaws. I
yes,
mean,
all
you
the
made it
money will be split. All the money will be split amongst all the paying members. Let's go to the members. We had a max of 23 members and 19 paying members. Okay, so we do have uh, not 19 paying members out of 23 members. All right, only the paying members will get it. Will get some share of the earnings.
right.
All right, all right. What else? Far as the entry, the 125, and the people I tried to recruit that wasn't successful. and I was successful with some that
Clearly, yeah.
if you're a bowler and you're available, this is a club for you. But if you're not available to the 125, you're just going to be putting in money. So now what she didn't tell you is the first 16 weeks, well, up until December, we were bowling every weekend.
For 16
Every
straight weeks.
weekend, 16 straight weeks, we were in something. And when you say weekends, you know the WCS was Saturday, the team rankings could be Sunday, and you talking about we traveled around. You saw all of us,
Mm-hmm. For
right?
4 months.
So let's keep the motto that we had that everyone was gonna split all the winnings, right? Now WCS come in, we didn't know that's singles, and then there's the team rankings. Come December, I believe, or November, we had a meeting. It was brought to our attention that I think MK, because that was one of the meetings I didn't make it. I was by phone for the meeting. So MK mentioned that it wasn't fair for bowlers to bowl and have to split the earnings. And she's right, because I'm one of the ones that agreed with her. However, we had a vote, and the vote stands that we're going to continue this year out as it stands, and then next year we revisit that.
Okay.
Okay, we'll revisit that. That's
And
where
that
it
was made
stands.
clear throughout the team.
That made clear throughout the team, right? If anybody got any differences of what I'm saying, you know, they can voice that. But that was clear. I was a fan of that because it costs $75 to fill my car up, drive 6 hours. If I'm gonna win for $400 or $500 and get $20 from a split, that's not really worth it. So it's up for grabs. It might not be, but democracy, we're gonna put that to the vote. Um, I think WCS, we talked about that. And let me be clear, right? I'm not here putting myself on trial. I'm here to talk about things. Yeah, because, and hopefully all your questions are answered. But in order to be removed from WCS, right? In order you be removed from code of conduct, non-payment, right? And if
Mm.
somebody else made some drastic other decisions, and which you know it happens, that's what
So,
happened.
what do you mean by someone else?
Yeah, if one we had 5 members at the time. If somebody released you, you know that's
You
what it
mean
was.
five
So
owners?
right. So what
Okay.
happened? They had. I don't want to get into details, but again,
Yeah, because I don't know if
code
you
of
see the
conduct.
chat because some they getting into details.
Yeah, okay,
Because they said,
that's fine.
I think
Yeah, let's
Michaela
say
said Eric got into it with someone. That's why he got released.
that Eric. Is Eric gone? He told me the only reason why he said him and somebody wasn't getting along, right? Which
Oh, okay.
he said it's best for I leave than to let the team see. And I said, man, you sure you want to go? Let's call and talk. Nah, man, ain't nothing to talk about. That's it. Eric Emo, when you hear this, that's what him and I talked about. That's why he released himself. All right. I'm not sure what everybody else is talking about. What else did I say that we're not correct about?
No, 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 no. They
I'm
were
not reading the
saying
chat.
no, no.
No,
They
no,
were
you
just
say you on the chat. So
Sierra asked about it was something about the that's not how the bylaws went. And when was the team given the bylaws?
the team was given the bylaws when we first started. So that's that's like when we said who the co-presidents was, all the owners, and she was naming me the owner, and I'm not sure what she was saying, but
And then she asked, I'm not sure what she talking about here. But continue your story. I'm not
yeah,
sure if she could clarify that the last comments you made, Sierra.
yeah. I'm trying not to be specific on the tea. You getting hot chocolate. Because listen, our team is different, and I understand that it's very much different. When you say money around here, it's different.
Boy.
When you say money, it's different. Now, let me tell you something. Could we have done a lot better on the communication with the release, right? But it's more to it. The release was done on the chat,
Okay.
right?
Oh, that's might be what she was saying. Okay.
The release
When
was
you
done
just
on
said
our
that,
group
now I
on our
understand
group
her
chats.
comment. Because
The
she
release was
said it wasn't discussed with the team. The team was told after being told it would be discussed with the team. Or is she talking
I
about
don't know.
the
Yeah.
or is she talking about the funds?
No, we got issues. I don't know. I'm not understanding.
Oh, I think okay. So okay, you got to clarify. I see what they're saying now. When you said that it was discussed what to do with WCS in the vote, was that
Okay.
vote with the whole team or was it with just the officers?
It
I
was the
think
whole
that's what
team
they're
right
saying.
there at I think it was the whole team. Oh no, we said no, no, no. I take that back. I take that back. She brought it up in the meeting, and I think if I'm not mistaken, this is back in November, December. We said we would get up with the owners to get that, and we decided to stay with our current motto,
Okay,
and
okay. I think that's
that
what
was
they were saying. Okay,
communicated,
yeah, yeah. Okay,
and that
okay.
was communicated. It wasn't because I'm mistaken and said we voted on the spot when we didn't.
Okay. I
We
think
didn't
that's what
vote
they
on the
were
spot.
saying. Okay, I think that's what
Okay, I'm
okay.
sorry. Yeah, we didn't vote on the spot, and nevertheless, it's a learning curve. It's the first year, right? And
Mhm.
I didn't. I agree with her, but I was the one in WCS that was traveling and bowling, and my money has to go to everyone,
Mhm.
right? So, so you know, that's that. So, and moving forward, what else? What else we had to talk about? That was the release part.
Yeah,
What
so
else?
they so
What else?
so we were okay, and I did hear you say we could have communicated better on the
Okay,
release.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
the last.
With the release, it was done on our group chat where everything is. Could have been done better. 100% so. It could have been done better. And could I've stepped in, Travis and I, um, that was the first thought.
Mhm.
But when they had a crash out on a group chat, that was a no win for me.
Is that what they're talking about in the chat with Eric?
No, no. That's what
Oh, okay. It's
when
something different.
MK and one of our admins was going back and forth on the chat. Like I didn't think it was real respectful the way it came off. I know emotions are involved, and and that was nothing. That was it.
Mm.
We had already knew what she said. You know about well, I'm gonna say stuff that she mentioned, so I don't want to say anything extra.
Right,
When
right,
she
right. Okay.
said she wanted her money back, she should the bylaw. I mean the conduct understood that you shouldn't get money back because we pay for WCS. So why would you try to pay WCS on your own? To,
So
that's what I think. I'm not sure about the money grab comment, but that's where I believe the money grab came in because first of all, when 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 we first started WCS, it was no problem. I don't know September, October, November.
mhm.
It wasn't until she was happened. I'm not sure if this was the case. I'm not sure if it was when she got up in possible money and titles that the WCS money came in with the singles to take the money. But she had a great point, and she when she came to the squad in the meeting, said it wasn't fair. She didn't think it was fair. That was valid. But then we had to say, hey, let's take a look at that, right? We
Mhm.
looked at it and we said, this year we're gonna um, stay what we are. So all the money's going to split it, and then we'll revisit it the next year.
Okay.
So guess what? I'm not bowling WCS now because I mean that's we
I
wait till next year.
So I know we got a few people that's joining in a little late, and they asking. So let me catch them up on a quick
Okay,
one. So we're at the beginning where he's establishing bad intentions. They
man, they need ho. It's late. They need to relook at it.
Oh no no
Relook
no!
at it
I'm
when
not
it's
going that
over.
far. Trust me,
Oh,
it's gonna be.
okay, man.
I'm talking. It's gonna be 15 seconds.
Okay.
They started bad intentions. They had bylaws. Then there were some questions about the bylaws, of possible changing. And then there was questions about the money. Where was it going? But the original bylaw stated that they were going to split the money between everybody. There was a vote mid-season to try to change it, and the vote was denied. Um, so that's where we at. And then you was just speaking on a a couple of messages in the team chat that went left. Now with those messages in the team chat to go left when you said you didn't like how that went, did you try to resolve the situation immediately or call the impacted bowlers about it or any
Well,
of the officers to try to
again, I'm trying not I'm giving you hot chocolate. So there was mention. I
well, the
told
reason
I
why
told I
I'm
told my
asking for
admin to,
the
I told my admin to stop responding. Stop
mhm,
responding. That's what
okay,
I said.
to try to
And
cool it off.
just stop. Just stop. And he told me, we talking over Matthew. He said stop. It's not that's not we're not gonna win here. That's not gonna it's not going anywhere. And he did mention I will call, and she says no reason for Lamont to call me.
Mm, okay. All right. So after that, after the blow up,
Hmm?
you go ahead. You
Oh,
continue
okay.
to.
After the blow up, I kind of that's what it was. That's
Oh, so the
that's
blow up is what led to the release.
no.
Oh, okay, okay.
I told you we could have done better. Call in, say, hey, we're gonna release you. There's gonna be a notice put out. I learned a lot from this, and so did our members. So we're actually coming closer with this and being more transparent in our communication because Michaela then mentioned something in the chat where all the sidebar conversation, you have sidebar conversation with members that they may disagree with something but don't put it to the forefront.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the case. And it's just, personality. You have personalities everywhere. We got 5 owners, a lot of movement, a lot of ideas, a lot of personalities. Um, I mean, I just, that's where we are with that.
So Michaela mentioned when you mentioned sidebar conversations because she mentioned on the show, um, she mentioned that there was a conspiracy. Well, that's her. I'm exaggerating the conspiracy word, but she mentioned there was rumors that her and Sierra kind of planned on getting dues or getting out of paying dues or something. And
Again,
that was mentioned to her, and
so we as there's a lot of chatter amongst members, and um, no one brought that to me. I didn't have any rumors of that. Ever since the meeting, um, and I had no idea. Michaela takes off every year this time. And I used to ask her, hey, why you're not available? She used to show up like at the end of our tour stops or something. And I said, hey, what's up, man? You bowling well? I mean, you're not signing your availability. I came out of town, had another tournament. I wasn't able to bowl. So that was that.
so hold on. So okay, so you're saying you never heard any rumors or anything like that?
About conspiracy for them not paying, or are you
or to
saying are
continue
you or you,
bowling, because that yeah she the way she put it was that she and Cece her and Cece was talking about getting around paying dues and still bowling. Because then my question would have been, with the amount of work that Sierra was doing, that didn't sound like it was been her character. But you're saying you didn't even know about that. You never heard that rumor before.
I'm trying to figure out, I gave her her respect. I didn't comment anything when she was talking on this live.
Mm.
I didn't say anything on it. I didn't comment. So if I'm saying something, we can talk and get this straightened out. So I'm not sure what you're trying to say, what you're asking, because the only thing that I know of that them conspiring about is the WCS. I'm not sure about any fees or dues or anything. I'm not aware of that.
Okay, because that's what no, you know what I'm saying. What was you talking about? Something in the chat?
No, when
Oh,
you
oh,
talking
oh.
about the money conspiring and not paying,
No, no, no. Yeah, because in the her comments on the show was um there was a rumor. Part of them, the reason of them being released was because of that rumor. But you're saying you never heard any that rumor at all. But you can't even.
no, that's not. See, dues and WCS payments. You said they was conspiring not to pay dues.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The
That's
dues,
but
not the
that's
WCS. Because I know what you're talking about now. But this is
now we trying to keep up with the chat, but
no, no, no,
if
no, 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 no. This
there's
isn't.
no there's
This not in
nothing
the chat.
rumor,
Yeah.
there's no rumors. There was no rumors about her not paying dues, about her conspiring not to pay dues.
Okay. Because that no, that was a comment she made on the show. That's what I'm asking. So you never okay. So but
So
okay.
what there was, I think she's maybe speaking of this conspiracy of her and MK and Sierra trying to get out and not pay, not allow bad intentions to pay for the WCS, so Michaela
Maybe
can pay out of her pocket so she can get all of the money. I'm not sure if that's what you're talking about.
she mentioned her paying for WCS. But she didn't mention anything about her paying for WCS so she could get the money. She just mentioned her paying for WCS. I think it was kind of, to me, what it sounded like was, and this is where I was going to lead to too, was it was kind of rumored also that she may be leaving the team going forward next year, and her
And you
paying
know,
the
we can't speak
WCS.
on rumors, yo. You don't speak on rumors.
No, no,
How
this is
you
what
gonna?
she said. I'm not. That's what
I
this is.
know what I'm saying. Rumors. She said rumors. So you want me to say rumors? You want me
No.
to say rumors?
So also no, no.
No, I'm
I'm trying
supposed
to.
to say. I'm supposed to say yes or no about a rumor.
No, 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 no. What I'm
Oh,
asking for is was this one of the reasons that led to their release? Was that talked about amongst the officers? Because this is what she spoke about, was that she felt of why she was released from the team.
that's not a discussion. Um, I did hear. I personally heard, but I'm not sure the other members. But they were released for other reasons,
Okay, okay. So
right?
the
There's other reasons.
okay, okay. No, no, no. I
I'm
got you.
not
Because
here to
that's
debate that, but
no, no,
I'm
no,
here
no.
to.
no, I'm asking. I was asking. Is that was that something that you also had heard?
I heard it. Yeah, I personally heard it.
Okay,
I
that's what
personally
I'm.
heard
There
it.
we go. That's what I'm asking.
I personally heard starting a new team, but I heard like a lot of teams started. So and I told the admin say, hey, whoever comes, they come. Ty Tillery, Scott Brown. Now here's 5 teams. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So I know we have 10 teams, and Christy said, we only can have 13 teams. That's all I know.
Okay, okay.
In the
So
division, each division. So
right, right. So so that was the question. Was those rumors? Do you feel like that rumor was led? that helped led the, because clearly you already said that you really wasn't the one that released. It was the decision of another officer. So that's what I was asking. Do you feel like those rumors also led to her being released from bad intentions?
I will have to get that information. I don't know. I don't want to sound
Okay, I
like
got you. No, no, no. If you don't, no,
politician.
if you
Like
don't know, you
y'all
don't
know
know. No,
this.
no, that's what I'm asking. Okay. No, no,
So,
no.
and another thing we want to speak on is the emotions. We never talked about that. And
Oh
I
yeah,
just
I was getting there too.
so a lot of chat is going on. I'm gonna read it later, and I'll
Yeah,
respond accordingly.
yeah. I left the chat
Uh,
alone because I see what they're saying, but yeah. So speaking of
okay, yeah. Oh, so if she want to speak on that, that's what it is. I
the
mean, Sierra's speaking on that. I'm not gonna speak on that. So I told her I'm not on here to lay all the tea and out and everything. So
oh no no no, she said what you just said
I
about the
know it wasn't no
WCS.
do. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah 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 yeah.
exactly. I told her I talked to Sierra on Friday and I talked to her on the day. Now, again,
So
I
that's
tell
where
you,
the confusion is. I see. Okay, so I misunderstood Michaela for the dues, but she was talking about WCS. Okay, what you just said. Okay,
yes,
so
sir.
that's
Yep.
where it's just. I got
So
you now.
right. So everything that was said, we could have done a lot better with the communication. I'm learning a lot. This a lot. This a lot.
Mm. It's a lot.
And
Yeah.
I think I heard again, when you got five owners and the communication is not in line, you may have an owner having a discussion over here. You may have I'm having a discussion over here. If we're not communicating properly, it will get totally misunderstood.
And that's what
And
a
I
lot of this
understand
sounds
that.
like.
And I understand that. I did not know a lot of things. I'm not on social media every day a lot on up to every little part. And I'm a co-owner. It was five owners, right? It's four owners now. I was the co-president.
Mhm.
And a lot of things went on that I didn't even know.
Okay, I was just
A
about to ask
lot
that
of
because you
things.
mentioned co-play. Because that's what I was about to say. What was so we could make sure we ask the questions tailored to you. What was your responsibility? Because I'm gonna be honest with you. I told you earlier we had a conversation today where Sean told me, and he was loud about it. It's on live on everybody had their phones going on live at the tour stop. He said you said something wrong. Lamont is not the owner. Matt is the owner, and they were adamant about it. And then they started kind of jumping on me, and I was like, whoa, like it wasn't something that Michaela. I want to make that clear.
Oh
That
yeah, I'm not.
that wasn't
Listen,
something Michaela said or Sierra said. That was
right.
a universal thing
No,
that
no,
we that no no hold on, hear me out. There was a universal thing that this whole division, especially last year when I found out that y'all team was coming, I asked who the owner was, and they said Lamont was. So if any of the bad intentions officers that are watching this, that wasn't just the Martrell thing. That information was told well before the season started that Lamont was the owner. So this is the first that a lot of us is hearing that it was five owners. So now that we know, it was five owners, you only could speak for what you know and what you saw and what you experienced. So I
no.
asked,
I can
no, no, no,
speak for. Oh, okay,
I'm
yeah.
just
What
saying
I
because
experienced
yeah, yeah,
amongst the
because
other owners. Yeah.
right, right, right. So let me ask you this to kind of clarify this, and we can go more into things. Pause. Um, what was your duties and responsibilities?
Well, my duties and responsibilities were more um, of a learning curve. When I say learning curve, I had no idea what I was getting into. The president, I had no idea what I was getting into. All right, as co-presidents, the bowling aspect of it, as far as bowling, speaking with bowlers, getting the lineups together, and making decisions with everything else or lack thereof.
Right.
So a lot of things that could have been done better um, is we're going to get stronger next year.
I could definitely see that. I could definitely because so with the learning curve, so you're saying where a lot of the times as your position as the owner, you was pretty much sitting back, observing, taking notes, seeing how things can improve, and also once the vote comes around, if you know to make you were put to make the responsible decision. Not the I don't want to say responsible, but make decisions based off of your vote.
In most cases,
Gotcha.
in
Okay.
most cases, in
Uh,
most cases,
Now, y'all joked a lot today about this money, about this 125. Y'all, it was a lot of jokes coming from y'all. So with the 125, I just wanted to make sure the whole team was clear of the financials and the breakdown of where this money was going prior, supposed to be prior to if they read the bylaws.
initially, initially we put out something, right?
Mhm.
Um, and I'm trying to think here because I'm all due respect to you, and I know everybody wants to know. Let me just say this, because everyone knew that we would be bowling tournaments,
Yeah, I knew
and
that.
or we'll split all the money,
Mhm.
right?
Well, I didn't know the
Everyone
money
knew
part,
that.
but I knew
That
y'all be spitting
now
tournaments.
now yeah. Huh? You said what?
I said I knew that y'all be bowling the tournaments. That's how I understood it. I didn't know about y'all money situation though, but I
Right.
knew
That's
I
yeah.
knew that
That's
y'all bowling tournaments together and seen y'all bowl tournaments and traveling together.
and that's what we do. That day in Greensboro, we was there from the
Yeah.
first squad
Yep.
to the last squad, and it's
Yep.
and if that's $75 a head. I mean,
Hmm.
we bowled 16 weeks straight
4 months straight.
weekends. We were just busy. Could we have done a lot better? It will be better. It's no question in my mind. It has to be better if I'm gonna be a part of it.
Yeah.
It has to be better. Um, did I could I have done personally? Could I have been on the forefront and say, hey, these decisions, I'm the president, I'm the co-president. I could have done a lot more because I really that's me personally.
Right.
Next year, me spending 125, we have to do much better financially, visibility, the transparency, and
Mm.
everything, the communication, and it has to be one accord. All the press, we gonna have to do better.
Yeah.
We have to do better, and all the decisions have to come as one. When I say one, as the four owners, right?
And this is
As
and
and I
let this
tell
be
you, man,
known
yeah, go ahead.
once again for the people in the chat and comments. A lot of y'all don't know the behind the scenes. And what this does is this kind of opens up to how difficult this job is. How many um attitudes we have to manage, how many feelings we have to coddle, how many, how we have to do what's best for the brand. So a lot of times, a lot of owners get a lot of flack, and I'm not taking sides of an owner or anything, because every team has their own business model. Um, I see DSL's business model. I see, this business model, our business model, Southern Asylum business model. As I talk to those owners often, and we're all different. We all run our team different. So those of you that are starting teams next season, um, I love these conversations because what we're doing is we're also seeing how we can get better for each other, each division. Um, I would hate, and me and Lamont, I think we both can agree on this. We both have love for Michaela, and we don't want to see her go anywhere to be mistreated. To the next team. I'm not saying y'all mistreated her. Don't get me wrong, or over there. I'm just saying in general, I want her to go somewhere and thrive, and showcase the work. And I know you do too. and that's how I
Yep.
feel about all my bowlers that move on from us. So I just want in the chat to understand why we having these conversations with these owners and these people, because the more we have these conversations, the better this thing can go, the better it can flow. So I do want to say that this is not a, like he said earlier, this is not a we're on trial, or we're sharing some things that already been shared, and we're just kind of clearing things up, but also showing a behind the scenes of what everything is going. Um, but so with that being said, with the love for Michaela, now
And
I do,
Sierra, hold up, and
and
Sierra. I
Sierra.
mean, yeah,
Well,
and
I'll
Sierra.
say I say
Every
Michaela because the questions that I'm asking were based off
okay,
of her comments on the
okay,
show.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I'm now. Here's something that did bother me at first, and I'm not going.
yeah.
I'm be totally honest with you. Knowing the girls had a title shot this month, do you feel, or why wasn't there a contact with them to make sure they were straight, or contact one of the team owners? I remember, for example, when we released Darius Taylor, who's a phenomenal bowler, off of the team. Um, I called around two different teams because I feel like he is talented. I just didn't feel like he was a good fit with us. And I called around to get him put on, a team to where he could showcase his talent. And like you said, it could be hindsight, but do you feel like looking back on things, because they could have lost that opportunity, or do you think that's where you said also the emotions took over?
No, I'm not. I didn't say the emotions took over. I'm not
No,
saying
I'm talking
that.
about as far as
Oh,
the chat which led to the release earlier.
everything it just could have been done better.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. When I say everything, the communications, the decisions, everything could have been done better, Montreal. And we're going to get better. Um, I rest assure you. Uh, we had a meeting after the match. We got the core that's involved, understands, and we're gonna we're gonna improve.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been done better. I mean, we have to from A to Z. Everything needs tweaked. Everything. The admins, that's what the admin, that's the owners, whatever.
Right. Right.
And I hear a lot. I see the chat, the 5 owners, 2 president. It's a okay. Well, we say 6 secretaries. It's the same thing. I mean, I mean,
It's six
it's a.
secretaries.
I mean, listen. That's what we went on. I don't see. I'm not here crying. Everyone else and their business model. That's what they had. That's what we
Yeah.
had. We just admin. It's admin. It's really you can. They're not owners, right? They're not owners because UBA only recognize who the owners that's in the UBA average, and that is Matthew. But everyone else,
That's
we
a good point. Now
understands. Yeah, that's a good
you
point,
just
right?
made a point. Yeah. He said I'm confused on why they are splitting WCS winnings when individual
That's it.
play.
We played that before, and I understand.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
my opinion is, and also I agree with them who made the decision that if you would have mentioned that when you first started WCS, that probably would have worked.
Yeah.
But you waited till you get up the top and going for a title to say, hey, where does money at?
Yeah. Well.
There's a difference. So we understand, like, if you're going on your own on WCS, and we talked about this, we threw it out there. So let's say next year that we go on our own, we drop down on some dudes and we on our own for WCS. What
Mm-hmm.
carpets? I mean, might not have that carpet like you think.
Damn, that's cold.
No, but I mean, not all like you think. I mean, let's be real. I'm not sure. I'll be there.
It's a,
I'll be there. But again, the business model when we first started out, that's crazy. That was crazy, and it should have been changed. It wasn't changed. right? Because
Yeah.
I'm one of the ones that didn't benefit. I made it up to number 2 before I lost. So I
And
got some
heavyweight.
in. Yeah, in heavyweight. If I would have won that match, I would have been going for the belt. And it
Mm,
all been split by the team, which I don't agree with, but we got to live out this contract, right? We got to live
what you
out this
saying?
contract for this year.
So you
That's
you so
crazy.
you, so you were basically begging to. I'm sorry. That's a poor choice of words. I don't want to say begging. You were campaigning for a let's get through this year and we'll make things better over this off season.
No.
Oh.
I mean, hold up. Hold up. Overall, I think we on WCS, man. Hold on. We on WCS.
No, because you just
The
said
WCS.
let's get through this and we'll continue to get better. That's what I. So you're campaigning
Everything.
to make things better.
Everything.
Yeah,
Everything.
that's
But WCS, I wanted them to change that to individuals, but they didn't.
right,
You know,
right. But I'm saying you
my vote was change it to individual, but that didn't get voted, so I had
no,
to
no.
live
I'm
with it.
saying what you right. That's so you're saying that I was saying for you, even though you didn't like it, you were saying I'm going to finish the year out, and then we're going to revisit this to try to make it
Everything
better.
get thrown up.
Right,
Everything this year get thrown up. I'm sorry.
right.
Yeah, everything gets thrown up, and that was mentioned in the meeting.
So
And
that's what
that's
I
our
said.
motto, man. I mean,
No. I'm saying
listen,
your stance. I'm saying no, no. Lamont was like because you said this earlier. We're going to get better. We're learning from this. So you're campaigning to just finish the year out as is. The
right,
kind of like, okay, we're going to take this one in the chest and then get better going forward.
right,
That's
right.
what I was saying.
Oh
That's what
yeah,
you're campaigning
overall,
for.
okay, yeah,
Yeah,
for campaigning,
yeah,
because with this business model and
right,
things happening the way they are, we can't do business like this.
right.
So it's going to get better, and that's what it is. All we got to do is people have faith and move on. The people that's still there, I mean, I'm not sure if they may quit. I don't know. So I mean, they're in. They say they're in now. So we'll
Right.
we'll see. So we got a lot of positive things going on. Just get better. And
I
I think it's internally we have to get better. That's where it starts. That's the admin, owners, president, secretary, whatever. All the 6'2", whatever. I
the
see you
6'2".
kayak the six the 7 owners and 3 secretaries.
So I know it's hindsight, but do you agree with the releases of how it was the not necessarily how it was done, but that it eventually it had to be done?
From the information we had, I have to back. I have to back it, and I'm gonna stand on it. And could have been done differently though.
Right, right. We know you're right.
When I say differently, could have been just I don't know, man.
And
You
because yeah,
got
because and once again, let me clarify why I'm asking this. I'm asking this because we have to understand this. It's almost like the NBA. Anthony Davis got released. I mean, I'm sorry, he got traded to Dallas. Luka got traded. When they met up, everyone shook hands. When Dallas played the Lakers, everyone shook hands. It was more of a business decision than it. So when we asking these questions, we're not asking them to be mean, to be like, oh, they deserve no. We're asking because, like he just said, if the team business model and the bowler doesn't match, there's 9 other options that they can go to that it'll be well, you must have just read something.
how you backing it, and you say you don't know something.
Who's
At the time, listen. At the time
oh, it's Michaela's
it
comment.
happened. It happened so quick. It happened.
Because
The
like you
the,
said, it was a
the
lot of emotions.
a lot of and it happened, and the reason that I know of, the reason why, that's why I'm backing it.
I'm sorry.
I
I
could
gotta
be
say
wrong.
this.
Yeah,
Sidebar. Michaela, your profile picture screams I kissed a girl and I liked it. But okay, going back to what you were saying, Lamont. Um,
I'm not understanding which she gotta slow it down. I love Michaela. I love her energy. She about she about business on all levels. Just it's high energy. And if she don't like something, I like that she's communicating, right? But um
but we
touch on
also
another
gotta learn
lady.
how to communicate respectfully.
That goes without saying. So because there's consequences behind, just that. So when I say I don't know something, I didn't know before someone else. I did not know the information before someone else. But when
Mhm.
I heard it, that's why I'm backing it. Right?
I,
That's why I'm backing it. So I'm gonna back it. Our club have to be respected, right? On all levels. I'm not saying they disrespected us. I'm saying overall, right? That's why if
from the
you
inside
talk
coming out.
right. So when you talk about the 125, that may not be for you.
Right.
It's a
Agreed.
league. It's a league. And some
Hmm.
people in, they benefiting, they bowling. Before Michaela took her hiatus, she had more games than anybody in the team. She was rolling. She was rolling, bro. She was rolling. And unfortunate is unfortunate. Could things have been done differently? I say yes.
I
I say
definitely agree with this comment.
which
When I
one?
first heard the story, and that's why I had to clear up some things yesterday. Um, it do feel like with like I said earlier, everybody saw you as the owner. I did not know Matt was an owner. I did not know Eric was a. We knew the general public did not know. And when we heard this broke in this story, everyone only knows the owner, and I felt like you were left out to dry in all of
So
this.
so when you say everyone, where did you hear me even comment or anything that I was the owner on social media or to
Not, so and you're absolutely right. Um, I there was a question I think I did on a show, and when there was announced that y'all team was coming, pause to the UBA. I asked because I wanted to reach out to you for. I was trying to get all the new owners on the show, and I asked who's the owner of Bad Intentions,
yeah, we
and
tried with Alex when he was on, we tried, but you didn't hook up or something.
yeah, and that's
Yeah.
why we reached out because the owner I was told, and everyone was told the owner of Bad Intentions was Lamont. So when this story came out, we are just now, and I just now yesterday, I mean today at the Whistle Face found out, or even well, no, I don't even think Michaela said it on the show about how
What?
many owners and until Sean was so adamant that you was just the president at the tour stop.
There are four owners.
No.
And
We got it
no,
now.
listen, I'm
But that's why I
addressing a
said it felt
comment.
like you because you were the you. We were told that it was you, and I said they felt like
So
I even said it on the show with Michaela. I said it feels like Lamont. It what it felt like was Lamont did a job of delegating, and the officers like it felt like you were the scapegoat. You were hung to dry.
it doesn't matter to me, right? So
Mm-hmm.
we have four owners. In some circles, you guys don't see Travis,
Right,
right? You don't see Travis because he bowls in different houses than I do. So the people that I communicate with, I would consider myself an owner.
right.
Matthew, Matt, if he sees someone, he consider himself an owner. I didn't know it was that technical of the owners. We are all owners. So you know it now.
Right.
So if you didn't know, you have to understand why the misunderstanding. And as an owner, we have to do as an owner of we have to do better. So I didn't know everything.
Right.
I didn't know everything.
So with y'all having four owners, if we make $100 bet, do each of y'all give me $20? No, I'm
That's
just
an individual thing right
no,
there.
I'm messing with you. I'm just messing with you. He's, hey man, we made this bet with Trey. I need $20.
Right, right.
No, no,
But
man.
I don't know, man. Listen. It happened. I just wanted the 125. That's what it is. If you're able to bowl and available, you can make it worth it. Period. You can make it worth it.
Yeah, because I think, yeah, see, because in the comments they're agreeing. Somebody just said Lamont feels like the fall guy in this.
No, I don't. I don't feel like no fall guy.
No, no. Well, I
As a
guess seems
oh,
like not that
as
you
a
feel.
no. The comments and everything I'm not concerned about. What I'm concerned about is getting the right answers and
Getting right.
understanding. I may not have all the answers that they want, but I can tell you about what BI it stands for. And
Right.
I know everything will be literal. All right, but when it comes to certain things, you knew that the money was gonna be split. I knew that. I didn't agree. You knew you didn't know. I don't know if you knew that the initial money paid for the jerseys.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
We
yeah. Because that wasn't said. That was
I'm
yeah.
not here to talk about people. I'm not here. We could have done better,
Oh no, no,
and I
no,
know
no,
we
no,
could
no,
have. We could
no,
have
no,
done
no.
better.
This was just to
Uh,
clear up some things
yeah,
that
right,
Michaela
right.
on the show said. Right.
But she made some valid points. 100%. It just wasn't hitting home. You know, it just wasn't hitting home. Like I mean, yeah, because $125. When it went. You know, when she lost to Janaya,
Mhm.
it was the first emotional we had her. Guess what? Right back in it. She lost to Paige, her finger cut. We were there to right there with her. Everything. We was right there with her. It was just the decision that I'm agreeing with her that didn't happen. The
Right.
WCS should be standalone, but it isn't. And I believe, I don't know if that's was the fallout, because that's all I know. And I'm sorry if I know more.
So he's sorry for you.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm looking at the comments. You the owner, why don't you know? Do you know everything in your club, Montreal? Do you know
Um,
every single thing in your club?
I hate to say it, but yes, I do. Unfortunately, but that's going to change next year. I guarantee you.
How's it going to change?
Because I'm taking a step back. I'm putting it's going to be delegated. I want to be treated as a bowler next season.
And that's what we tried. I give it up to Matt. Matt, he wants to put people in place. He won't have to
Yeah,
babysit.
I want to
And
be I want to
and
focus purely on bowling next season and you know work my way to get into my scratch squad.
I just didn't understand. We Michaela and I haven't had a heart to heart, but she's voicing everything on the chat, which understandable. She vents and I like that. I like her like that. My daughter's 22. She vents.
Hmm.
If we wanted to talk candidly, she could curse and do everything. I was here. We do have some personality on our squad. That's no secret.
Yeah, Travis just said that. He said there was a lack of
Oh,
communication among the owners. Decisions was made before all info was shared with all owners. So
so
Travis just confirmed that the decision of the release was made before I mean without all the owners' knowledge.
by me
Which
saying I didn't know, but when I found out, I agree. That's the same thing he's saying, and we could have done better. We have to do better. That won't ever. This experience right here, helped this club so much, and I thank you, Montreal.
mm-hmm.
More ways than one. We was emotional going into this match today. not emotional, but
Hold on, you
you know,
thanking
we
for
had
whooping our ass? Hold up, now.
nah, nah.
No.
You guys, you know, and she said a lot. You didn't understand. 90% availability. This was our highest availability, as far as the average in bowlers that we had all year.
Mm-hmm.
We still had some. This is our highest availability. So 90% of us in available. So you know, some people just can't take the ride. They got birthdays, they got wife birthdays, they got prior events. They can't make everything, but they make it. 125.
Right.
So you know, and again, we're a different club. A lot of people, they you know, they pay it. I'm not sure. That's just the model.
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot of people interested, and hope you're still interested even after this, after Michaela. You know, it's a league. I'm gonna drop one of my leagues next year, so you know, just that's gonna be my league.
Now, we got to address the Sierra situation
Oh,
because,
okay.
like me and a lot of others, we know Sierra did a lot for the team. And then we, I love you to death, Michaela, but I think a lot of us was more shocked about Sierra and D'Lo leaving.
Yeah.
That was a jaw dropper. Um, I, the importance of, was you must have read something else.
Nah. You
Can you speak on the importance of Sierra? Because we done made Sierra adjective after the last, because now mind you, these questions are outside looking in.
right? All right.
You know,
So
because when I had a tag match against Emo and Sean. No, not Emo. He was there supporting. He was on the carpet, but it was Sean and I forgot who was y'all anchor on the scratch pair today.
Sean
Steve.
and Steve are
Sean and
teammates on.
Steve. Steve is
Yeah,
probably
they're
one of the coolest dudes in the bowling alley, boy. He don't say much.
always. Hey man,
He just show up and bowl. Steve one of the coolest. Yeah, he one of the
you
coolest.
don't
Shout
even
out to
know he
Steve.
there until you see that
Yeah,
300.
right. You look up and you're like, because I ain't gonna lie to you, Steve that last game, Steve was struggling, and I turned around, he had 209. I was like, God, they ain't pulled 200 out of that. So I ain't gonna lie to you. So, but I had a tag match with Sean and Steve, and Sierra was handling everything. Um, and then Sierra also reaches out to me to ask questions about team rankings and how certain things come. So having a Sierra is my equivalent to having a Tarika. Um, and it was kind of weird. What are you what Can you speak on that?
Speak on Sierra or that match or what?
No, the release. How it was shocking. Now that Travis said you didn't have all the information, was that also
Well,
shocking to you?
very. I mean, it wasn't. No,
Oh,
it wasn't shocking.
okay,
To say the least. I mean, um, I'm not gonna say. I don't say when I say shocking, but no, it wasn't shocking. Not like that. But
okay,
um, that was tied in with MK, which was um, that's what it was. And that's different. Sierra did do a lot for us. She did a lot for us. But you have personalities on the team like everyone else.
right. Now,
Um,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Now, could things have been done differently? I know that's going to be the quote. Can things have been done differently? Right?
Right.
Yes. Michaela and I, we have our differences. We had our differences, and we speak and we speak about it, and she holds her stance. I hold mine.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But she did do a lot for the club. Did do a lot. But now I got to tell you, my club members was given a chance would do the same thing. We have a couple of females that would do the same thing. Not taking anything away from Sierra, but I'm not taking anything away from our other members also. So Sierra did do a lot.
So that was
Um,
the job title, or was it a initiative?
initiative, initiative / job title, because she had some responsibility. She was responsible for paying the WCS and things like that. I don't want to get into that, but I mean,
No, no,
she
no, no.
did a lot.
You're
She did a lot, and we talked about some differences in communication and um, how things were done. Certain things were done, and we, just I don't even know how to be political. I mean,
you
certain
said I
things
don't know
were
how to
done
be political.
because I don't want to be all like telling everything. She did a lot. Things should have been done differently. Um, that's that.
So okay, so
Identify them. Who's them?
I don't. Yeah,
I mean,
who we
everybody know
identify?
who we identifying. Put it in. This is who identifying. Identify them. Justice for Sierra. So I'm just being real. I'm only looking at my teammates, everybody else that comments. I'll read later. Um, yeah. So she did a lot. She did a lot. What you doing, man? You talk looking at the comments.
I was trying to figure out what
Yeah.
Alex is talking about the tournament.
You don't want to question in a live bedtime.
Oh,
Listen, see that right? Oh, I love you, Sierra. I mean, MK. I'm sorry. I love you, MK.
I'm pretty sure
You
you
can
love
do.
Sierra too. You
Yeah, I
gonna
mean,
say
I'm not. I'm
no?
just saying. I'm saying that to be, sarcastic
No.
with the comments. So I'm only gonna speak the truth. If you was here, you'll get the same thing, and that's my truth.
She said them are those who didn't step up. I don't know.
Oh, name them. Name. Come on. All right. So
She said because no one offered
uh,
except one person, and that would be Kiki. Oh, name the women that would have did the job. I think she was saying because she's saying the only one that
I'm
would have
not.
did the job was
That's not.
Kiki.
That's not what this is for. I said we have a lot of bowlers, a few bowlers that will step in. I'm not gonna name them. That's. I mean, that would be. That's giving tea. He getting hot chocolate. Come on, man, because I'm not. I'm really. Listen.
So, oh, you just said something, and I wanted to segue into. Um,
When I'm talking about MK and her personality and commenting, because I love MK. I mean, if you feel that way, I just wanted the people to know what you were missing, you know, and you
oh,
probably
that's what it
didn't know.
was.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
all right. I meant and I meant to ask Michaela this, but I'm glad we got it from the source.
You
This
told me
was
no need for. I didn't know. You told me
no.
there was no need for a call. I was respecting that. You was emotional. I know you.
Oh, you
There's no
talking to
need.
Michaela?
Yeah, you know that. You know. But go ahead, man. I mean, go
So
ahead.
so
That's another day. We're not doing.
yeah.
I'm not doing the
So
debate.
I gotta. This was the most talked about thing that I did not mention to Michaela, but I'm glad now that I have you on because I have to ask this question because I think it bothered a lot of people.
Okay.
The monkey comment.
All right. The monkey
Um,
comment. The
yeah, can you
monkey.
address that?
The monkey comment.
I think, and
Hold on. The monkey comment. Hold on. Hold on. First of all, you know.
let me hold on real quick before you. I just want to. I think what got people with it was the way it was typed. Because if you're just typing it, we all know the saying, "One monkey don't stop the show."
That's what it
But
was.
the capitalizing of monkey
Okay.
that was kind of crazy to kind of.
Kiki wrote that, and when I saw it, right, we had a discussion. She called Sierra and she apologized and no, it wasn't like that, and she deleted it. But what happened? Someone copied her before she
Oh
can
yeah, yeah,
change,
we
before
yeah
she
we
can
we
edit
don't we
it.
don't got to address that part. Yeah, yeah, we
Okay,
saw the, yeah, that
so
was.
yeah, that's
But we just the initial comment.
that's emotions that it happens, and if we I want you to be consistent. Everyone get on your live, talk about a statement they made and put on social media. I'm not sure how do they who monkey don't stop one monkey don't stop a show. That was borderline, right? Given the situation, and me and my wife we talked about it. That wasn't appropriate. I didn't think so. She called Sierra. I'm not sure what they said, and she changed it immediately.
Mm. All right, you see her last comment.
I have not received a call from a single BI person yet. Oh, you talking about uh, uh, other than who? Yeah, that's. I think when I say single BI, I said my wife. She didn't call me.
I think she's
She
saying
reached
from a
out,
single member of Bad Intentions.
she reached out to her direct. Says I'm not.
Oh, okay, I see. So you're saying so they
Oh,
talked.
via text. Okay, yeah, all right. So I said she said call, so I didn't know. So she did reach out via text.
Oh, she's saying
Um,
Sierra said she reached out to her.
oh, she did. Okay, okay. See, that's
So okay,
yeah. She did change it, and you know, um,
so an
I voiced
apology was made because I think
I don't
that's
know.
where.
I don't know what I'm not sure what was the communication, but I did, mention, hey, that's a little serious. That's on the forefront, giving it, and she understood. Like, oh, I didn't mean it that way. See, I know. See, so that was that.
Right, right.
I'm gonna leave that right there. I don't know. You know, there's many things we can. Um,
I just
there's many things we can. I love MK. So yeah.
yeah. So do you? Well, I will. I don't want to. Okay. So going into the tournament, because that's what the comment was directed to, was saying that y'all are still planning on having the Bad Intentions doubles tournament May 3rd, Delk Road, Marietta, Georgia.
Yes, sir. 100% is live, is going. Come out and
Do,
bowl. We're looking for a great experience.
do you want to
Um,
speak on? Go ahead. I was about to say, do you want to go ahead and tell them about the tournament? What they can expect? Those who
oh
are
yeah.
coming, because it
So
was a lot of signups. It was a lot of signups. It looked like.
I mean the signups, given this and everything, I'm just hoping everybody turn out. And I heard a bunch of who's going to profit and all that. Bad Intentions is not intending on profiting much from this. We're going to put the money back into the bowlers. And it's nothing set in stone right now. We talking about you got a five bagger, you want a shot, things like that. We trying to do raffles, um, just different things. Um, we got money from the expenses and that we have may have left over, and you got the brackets. This is not any revenue uh, from Bad Intentions. We want
Mhm.
everyone to have a good experience.
If you throw
I
a
was
five
even
bagger,
think
you get a shot. Oh, okay.
I
Hey.
was trying. Hey, I'm looking it. I'm looking for like that. You get a five bagger, you get a shot. If you're old enough, show your ID. We're looking at things like that. Um, I want to bring to the club. Um, give you $10 if you're going live on your
Mm.
pair. Stuff like $5. I don't know. It's a lot of things that's up for grabs, but we want to
Can I
give
leave my
back.
phone?
We want to
Just
give
all
back, and we understand all the finances and everything going around. What's important, so there will be a prize fund that you should be able to say 1 plus 1 is 2. So if it's 60 entries, with the amount of money you take the lineage and expenses out, the prize fund have to add up. So I'm no,
People in
I'm
the
not.
comments.
No,
No,
I'm
I'm
saying
laughing at the
that's
comments. Somebody said, "Have you sent the prize fund out yet?" Alex Jordan is very good at making them profitable for everyone involved.
so. I'm serious. You guys, we looking for a great experience in this
And I
tournament.
agree with this, Chris, because this is what this is about. Chris said, "Let this be a lesson learned for future UBA teams. Hoping Montreal has an assistant that can create a book titled Hard Lessons 101. don't don't do shit like this." I agree because this is what let me let the chat know this. This is clean. This situation is clean.
Really?
If you know the stuff that I denied on here, the stuff that people wanted to say and wanted to do on here,
I'm talking about pertaining to this or other cases.
other cases in
Oh, okay,
UBA,
okay.
this is a case that I decided to bring on the show so we can learn from. Most importantly, even though I see the comments saying a lot of questions aren't being answered, but this is still a lesson learned for communication. How communicate? He said it several times. We learned from this situation to communicate better. And if we learn that as a people, as a unit, as a group, as a bowling community, we can get far. So, like Chris just said, this is just a lesson learned and a little behind the scenes so y'all can see how things go on.
All right.
I'm
So real
telling
quick,
you.
I'm gonna stop you real quick.
Mhm.
If you said a lot of questions not answered, if you got a question that wasn't answered, um, hit it up, inbox me. We can talk. We can do it, via the phone on Facebook, things like that. What happened to? I can't hear you.
Huh?
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So if a lot of questions haven't been answered, that's pertaining to something constructive. Now I gotta choose my damn words. It's some people. Everything is constructive. If you got anything, because I can answer it. I can answer it with I don't know. I'll get the answer, or if I had know the answer, just serious inquiries only. But I understand. I understand what everybody's thoughts are because I put myself in their shoes and I understand. Um, Things should have been done. It could have been done differently, but that I'm not gonna say that's where it is. Um, it's not. That's we're gonna learn. Um, that's that's it.
So I see a comment in here.
Okay.
Got a good question.
Okay.
Um, there was a couple of owners that was told that people are. There were some members from Bad Intentions group that reached out to some of the ladies to become vixens for Bad Intentions. Um, I was told that some of my bowlers was contacted also. Um, can you speak on that?
Some of your bowlers were contacted
Some of
to
the
be a
female bowlers, because one of the owners thought that the title shot stayed with the team.
yeah. You guys talked about that, and you and I mean, when we briefly spoke, I had no idea. And I had no idea. And who? Let the name so we can speak out.
Oh,
Who? Who
let me
was it?
see. They say who was it? Who reached out? I see the person in the chat. I'm gonna see if they answer. You don't have to if you don't want to, but
No, I'm saying who we can reach out because if a owner reached out to you, is that I'm asking because I don't know, is that illegal? I
no,
know that it's not.
no, it's not.
It's not.
Well,
It's
first of
not
all,
illegal. Hold on.
no,
Watch this. It's
the
not
rule
illegal.
is it
The
goes with
rule
the
is
person.
right. right.
So
So
that was kind of weird that phone calls were
right,
made.
right.
That's
So
why I'm always telling read the rules, read the rules.
right, and I was second that when you mentioned that when MK was there. So I'm not sure who it was. You can tell me later, and we can answer it later if you don't want to go live.
Mm.
All right.
Um, so like I said, we got the tournament going up. You have raffles. Do you know what y'all raffling off?
Nah, man. Beforehand, hold on, listen. And that's still in the makings because this took a shift. We what? No, listen,
it's, it's,
listen. No,
it's,
because
hold on, the
we
previous.
were.
I'm sorry, I'm
Oh,
laughing
was the
because
comments?
the previous comment that I said that somebody kept saying was there wasn't a lot of stuff that was being answered. So, do you know what was being referenced? No.
Nah, no, because it wasn't finalized. We were trying to get a pro shop to get some bowling balls.
Oh man.
All right, and it was a thing where did we want to bring the bowling balls or do we want to raffle to them to come go to the pro shop and get them? So that's that's going to be at the event
Critical Role Pro Shop,
special
Critical Role
for
Bowling Supply.
yeah, yeah,
Mm.
we still have time to work on that. So that's just in the talks. So if it don't happen, I gotta put this out there. If it don't happen, it it don't happen. We're not
Those are
advertising
some
that
of the ideas that y'all trying to do.
right. So it's not a money. It will be giving money back. So there won't be you know just I heard somebody say who's all going to profit from this? Bad intentions. We're not concerned about money
Mm. Now,
in that sense. Right.
now with the season going on overall, far as the actual season, how do you feel the season is going? And I know, of course, I know you wish y'all would have won more, but as the season is going on from your start to your finish, start to now, with a
Just
big
like
victory versus the outsiders, as we can go ahead and migrate to the
that's not
recap.
a big victory. That's not a big victory because it's
Dang,
the
I thought I
same
had to.
bowlers you bowl. Oh no, it's not a big victory. It's the same bowlers we bowl with in league, and you either get tapped or you shoot a big game. We shot better today. It was 13. You know,
Oh yeah, it
you
was
guys
close.
keep in mind we won by 30. I don't know 20 points, 20 pins, right?
28, 27,
And that
28.
was the difference in the win or loss. You can look at 10 frames. You can look at it's not a
Yeah.
big win because it's league bowling. We all league bowlers. And we go against North Carolina in a different house, something like that. That's league bowling. Somebody carries, somebody line up different. They get the carry. It's a different environment in itself, yeah. But you know, the question you asked,
Yeah,
how is it going?
how do you think your
Just like
team is progressing?
it's just like I mentioned in our first meeting. Um, I didn't know what to expect,
Hmm.
and it's going. It's going. Every time we think we have one thing, something else comes up to make us retract and learn more. So we're ever learning,
Yeah, I'm
right?
returning. Mhm.
We want to be a club that stand out, right? Positively stand out. Are there going to be personality issues? I think they're always going to be,
Mhm.
right? But we want to stand out. We want to do things. Um, we want to remain a family, and families, you know, everybody got their opinion on families and outcomes. So, but we just want to keep learning and keep getting better.
What do you think is the most surprising thing you've seen so far this UBA season?
The surprising is the number of people that bowl in UBA. Period. It was crazy. It's a crazy environment.
Yeah,
I mean, because I had no idea all of this was going on. It's called underground for a reason, probably.
that
right? Congrats to the team in DC that won it all last year. I was bowling with them guys when I first started, um, but it's a hard task. It's a hard task. It's fun. Um, I do like to trash talk in my own way.
Right.
Somebody hit the mute button today.
You was over there
Y'all
in the
was
scratch. I ain't gonna lie, you was over there in the scratch squad. The
fighting for
scratch
my life,
squad be.
fighting for my life.
Was that your
And they
first?
keep putting,
How
nah,
many?
it wasn't my first.
Okay.
They keep putting me on scratch. I'm handicapped. I'm handicapped, but I live for the moment and the trash talking and in my own way, not just talking.
Right.
It makes sense. Somebody, you know what it means when somebody hit the mute button.
Right. Yeah, I'm silent over there. But you
Y'all
know
was
what?
quiet. Y'all was like, what's the guy name? Start with a C, with all the African name.
Talking about EK.
Is it EK? EK. I'm sorry if I'm. EK was, and then he started getting like. he started, I said, "Oh, what's up? What happened?" He started looking like, they hit the mute button. But that's one fight.
But
We
Sean,
we gonna
yeah,
continue to fight.
Sean was live today. Shout out to
He's
Sean.
always live,
Yeah,
man. You got to have him.
yeah, shout out to Sean. He
That's
brought a
my
lot of
man. You
energy.
got a man.
Got his
Everybody has
ass
their
whooped, but he
strength.
brought the energy.
You said a team. You said
No,
what?
no, I said he
I
got
thought
his
you
ass.
said team.
That pair got their ass whooped, but he brought the energy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
He,
yeah, man. This going to overall, we're going to try to improve from this experience
hmm
and move forward. Um, that's all I can say right there.
So, have you had a chance to look at the standings?
No,
Okay. No, no, I was at because my next question was going to be who do you feel like is going to be the top three teams in the playoffs?
this is all league. I mean, the top bowlers to get the carry, throwing the ball. Whoever team Terry, what's the name? Terry. What's the guy? Terry Wilson. He's on your
Oh yeah,
team, right?
yeah, yeah.
Because he had so much to comment on who we are and where they at and where were you at today?
He at work. He got yeah.
He worked.
Yeah, he got a job putting up stuff on high shelves. That's all he is. But
Oh man, I thought I saw him at Walmart. Sorry, sorry, hey, that dude, hey, he's funny, man. I like his comments. He's just always he comment his timing is perfect.
oh yeah, Terry is hilarious. Now, let's go over these recaps today. You can help me go over the recaps, and then we're gonna wrap up. I am not joking. I have a migraine. I feel one coming on. Um, so the first matchup we had versus um Top Shelf versus Southern Asylum. Both of them kind of shared that house. Until I heard somebody got their banner snatched down off the wall. Um, that was another controversial thing that somebody wanted to bring in, but I think that wouldn't have made it. But Kamani, I think I'm saying, I pray I say his name right. Kamani shot 300 today. Let me see. I'm looking at it.
That was a
Alejandro
high
shot
energy
730.
300.
Huh?
That was a high energy 300. I like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. First game out the rip, he shot 748. Big shout out, somebody tag Kamani for me. Shout out to Kamani. I'll give you an honorable mention, Tyler. He shot 699. Looking at these scores, um, Top Shelf, I gotta admit, that was a big win, 36-4. Um, I'm looking at this lineup. They Southern Asylum had a pretty damn good lineup. Um, shout out to Donnie. Donnie shot 732. Um, and yeah, it was Southern Asylum. I mean, Top Shelf won by 243. Um, once again, I will say this, because there was a lot of top shelf coming to me talking about Dwanye's predictions. We don't care. Um, we don't care if we got the wrong prediction. It's called the prediction for a reason. What's the next one? I'll do. We did ours. Pause. Striking result versus the ones. This one surprised me. Striking results lost both handicap pairs. But they laid the smackdown on that scratch pair. Let me see here. Who has the highest average in the district? Sam, who we talking about? But striking results ended up winning 26-14. But like I said, the ones won both handicap pair. Let me see. Looking at these scores, shout out to David Popovoy. If I butchered your name, I apologize. He shot 743. Isom shot 760. Julian shot 708. Brandon Lupo was fighting for Lamont.
Yeah.
Brandon Lupo was fighting for his life on that scratch pair. He had no help. Kamani has the highest average in the district. God. Hey, I don't know what you're talking about, Justin. Never happened. Find a video. If you don't find a video, it'll never happen. Shout out to Lupo. Lupo shot 760. But he was fighting for his life. He had zero help. That scratch pair got murdered. And that was the difference in the game. 10-0. This is the second time I done seen striking results do this. Now, striking results, Lamont got a big match next month. I'm at next tour stop against Critical Role. I'm not gonna lie, I can't wait for that one. The next stop is going to be because you see that's another beef you don't know about Critical Role and striking results.
Oh no, I know.
That is gonna be a I wonder if they're gonna have a drilling competition before the match. Kamani is on fish. Hey Kamani, you go anywhere and you ain't got no money for brackets, come holler at me. Come holler at me. But
Hey, looking at these scores, again, bad intentions always, top five. And the way you guys lost 21 pins, we lost to the ones, 18 pins, lost to someone else with 12 pins. So we were there. And other teams blew us away, but we were there throughout the year, right? The
oh yeah.
availability.
Yeah, I mean, let me see. Let me pull up our score. I know when I looked at our scores, I think it was only the first two games of our scores, there were no one under 200.
And I like your ladies though. Your ladies came out fighting.
Oh
They
yeah, yeah. That was looking like a scratch pair for a little bit.
right.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like, yeah, I'm looking at this. The first, nope, I'm sorry, I lied. Lamont shot 175. You ruined it, Lamont.
That was second game, sir.
That's what I said. I thought the first two games, no one shot under 200. Let me see. Shout out to Phil. Phil shot 797, 719. First of all, let me say this, man. Lamont, who who kept the score? What was her name? Lamont. Can you hear me? Well, you don't want to answer no questions, huh? Lamont, can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? You can't hear me?
Oh man, he went to sleep. Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Computer went to sleep. Oh,
Oh,
hold on. All right, well, you
I was,
talking to me? Because I was
yeah,
looking up. You were talking, then it went off.
I was like, dang, he
Hold
don't
on.
even
You
want to
said
answer me no more. But I said, who? What was the lady name that was keeping the scores?
Amber?
That was her name.
Yeah.
Next time she's keeping the score, get a whole nother score sheet because we're gonna need it. Cause her twos look like doves. They look like W's. I'm
All
like,
right.
yeah. I'm like, hey, I could not look. Hold on, hold on, y'all. Y'all got to see this. Just to let y'all know, I ain't tripping.
Man, move on. We ain't talking about no two level. That's what you gonna talk. Come on, man. Move on, man. It's 11:30. It's a quarter to 12.
Hold up.
Keep moving. Leave my
The-
hey
Hey,
man.
they
Keep
got
going,
hey,
man.
we
Keep
got
going,
hey,
man.
hey. Don't worry about it because remember, I was doing math class with my bowlers at the damn tour stop. I had to teach them how to do math. We need we need penmanship classes over here because this is crazy. Shout out to Nick. Nick Reed shot 716. Chris White, big 300, shot 770. Dwayne shot 735. Hey man, y'all got a bad left. That lefty was bad on handicap two, Darnell. And you said he
Daryl,
drove all the
man.
way from
Oh,
Texas.
we talking about Daryl. He come all the way from Texas, but he used to own a team that I bowled with in Carolina.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, he
So
he
we got
he's
about four more. We got about four more bowlers, man. Y'all ain't seen just the availability.
yeah, he shot 729. Travis shot 710. Good shooting, guys. As the bad intentions on a 2 game winning streak. They won 28-12. Don't worry, when he get off, I'm still gonna show y'all what this thing look like. Okay, here we go. Man, crap. Hold on. Gotta rotate this. So next we had Southern Listics versus Critical Role. Critical Role put belt to ass as they won 34-6, as their owner is all the way in Baton Rouge on Bowling Nationals. Um, Thomas Bellinger shot 783. Thomas is a walking 700. That man. David Gravely shot 745. Hodo shot 700. Ken Burwell shot 704. Um, Chris Tobler shot 708. Big shout out to Chris. Somebody they ain't even want to add this up. Nick Hall shot 789. God, as Critical Role won big. Um, we had a murder in the bowling factory.
Huh?
I said we had a murder in the bowling factory
Oh, man, come on, boy. You clarify
because
that.
because Full Throttle beat the dog shit. I mean, DSL beat the dog shit out of Full Throttle. They beat them by 570 pins.
Who's that? Team rankings?
No, this was tour stop today. They won 36-4. Jimmy shot 706. Corey shot 720. Jaime shot 712. Flint shot 708. And Jerry Lawler from Jerry Lawler. Is that the King? The King Jerry Lawler? Anyway, Jerry Lawler shot 716. Um, that's about it. Uh, yeah. Um, I mean, Full Throttle started off hot. They were yelling, all
Mm.
gas, no brakes. We just ain't know that. Hey, we glad they all they got because they all needed hugs after this match. Good grief! But big shout out, love y'all to death. But yeah, big shout out to Full Throttle. I mean DSL. Um, and as the standings stand, now we have uh what I do with the standings. Here we go. So right now we have striking results still at first with 244, DSL behind with 222, Critical Role 212, 210 in third. Following up fourth, Top Shelf Stunners with a 192, Southern Asylum with 184, Full Throttle with 178, and the Outsiders with 176. The Ones 158, Southern Listics 130, and Bad Intentions 108. So next matchup, you know who y'all got next tour stop?
Nah.
Let me pull it up. So the next tour stop is at Delt. The next event is y'all
Oh yeah,
tournament.
hold on. No, no, no. I do know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You talking to your PR rep?
Yeah.
So
No,
we
I'm just
got
somebody. I'm answering questions.
Full
Um,
Throttle versus Top
from
Shelf.
inbox. We got Southern Asylum, I think.
Yep, Southern Asylum versus Bad Intentions at Delk. At y'all home stop. Delk is y'all home. I know Southern Asylum does have some Delk Road bowlers, and but I know Bad Intention does too. And you have one of my favorite matchups of the year is going to be Critical Role versus Bad Intentions.
No,
Hey Sam, you
no.
bowling in
Critical
that
role
stop?
strike. Hold on. You said critical role, not bad intention.
I'm sorry, Critical Role versus Striking Results. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Critical Role versus Striking Results. That's going to be my favorite matchup. I I will be super surprised, and don't do this to me just because I said this, Sam. I'll be super surprised if Sam and Daniel is not bowling. Stop it, Sam. Stop it. Um, then we have the Outsiders versus Southern Listics. Who the Outsiders is 0-2 versus fucking new teams this season. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's not about me. And then we got the Ones versus DSL. Damn, the Ones, you have a tough schedule. Um, and then following that, we have one other tour stop and followed by two position rounds. So it's still tight. It's still third place is still anyone's game. DSL is only up by 30 from the fourth place team. So hey, it can really go back. Yes, I did hear about that, Sam. I don't know why he went there because they're trash now. Ever since you left, Sam, because ever since you left, they they they're trash. They're trash. Whoa, whoa, Paul, whoa. What are y'all doing in the chat? Why are y'all selling China off? Any questions that's being asked that you can answer?
I'm looking at. They just not sure what they're asking. But no, something's gone. Da, 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 da.
Oh, in the chat. Oh, you reading the chat? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, they said I ain't answer no questions. So I mean, I don't know. I didn't answer. I mean, I'm not. I wasn't here to gossip in here. I was here to give information. Um, that was, you know, and quite frankly, I really didn't want to get into, you know, why everybody doesn't get into why they was released and that bad intentions. We have a model that we follow.
I think what the main question was with when Michaela came on the show, it was still really like an uncertainty on why she was released. Because I think, like I said earlier, it was a shock, especially to see her, D'Lo, and Sierra. And I think like people. Yeah, it was just a shock. I mean, it was almost equivalent to Luca being traded to the Lakers. So that's why.
I mean, you saying that based on the information that you know, right?
Mhm.
Or that
Well,
was
no, no, no.
given to you.
I'm being in the
Oh, you talking
moment
about
when I
the?
found out.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. When I first heard of it, I'm like, wait, what? That don't even
So
that don't like it didn't make sense. I didn't know, and I think that's where a lot of people reaction was it was a shock.
right. So I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out like MK and I and you could have just had a three-way call, right?
Hmm.
But MK never called us.
Do you feel like with her being
It,
released without her knowledge, it was her responsibility to call
no,
or
no,
somebody?
no,
Oh,
not
okay.
her responsibility. Through our mistakes, she could have, you know, took. She could have did things differently and reached out. I'm not saying it would change, but we would take away the fact that she was released, right? Here's the thing, man.
I think it was more of she was hurt by the way it was done. That's what it sounded like.
I couldn't tell. I could tell. Let me put that back because I can't put that on her. From her reaction from the group chat, she could have just made a phone call to say why. I could have made a phone call, but she told us. She said, "I don't need a call from Lamont." So, um, you know, it falls like that, and it's very unfortunate, man. It's very unfortunate. But I came on here just to give some points of which she missed out and to say, um, apologize for BI and we're going to do better, period. But at the same time, our club got to be respected. Not saying they disrespect the club. It's just that
You
we
got to
have a
put the
model.
best. Yeah, you got to put the needs of the club before. But yeah, I think well, mainly I was saying, far as with the chat, like I think and the chat. Let me know if you agree. It was shocking. It was something that nobody saw coming. I think that's all it really was.
Right, right.
Then hold
Yeah,
on, what is going on with
there,
Sump? What are they talking about?
there are ways to do things. There are ways to do things.
Yeah, because I think the so like
It's not I wanted you to cause. Oh, I can't, man. I just,
yeah, I think like I
it
said.
was a messed up situation for all of us, and I'm sitting here um,
So it does
trying
sound like it does
trying to be
sound like
accountable as an administrator, trying to be accountable, right? I can't. You're not going to win. Don't want to hear you do things differently, right? They don't want to understand how you felt at the time, but
but there's definitely a still room for a conversation, a hug.
huh? Oh, I mean, yeah, nothing but love for MK. Chris,
That's
you're
I
most
said it's still
definitely
room
right.
for a conversation and a hug.
Yes, it is. Yeah, Chris, you're definitely right, and learn so much from this, right? I mean, when I say learn so much, as presidents, co-presidents, um, we learn so much from this. So,
Yeah, yeah, and I think, like I said, speaking for the chat and what they're referring to, is
yeah,
it was a shocker. It was a shocker.
but you got to understand, it's like speaking from the chat, it will be because I mean,
Mhm.
You guys are not there,
Right, right, right. We don't know. Right, right.
right? It was a shocker, right? Now, me not knowing, let me be honest with you, me not knowing everything,
Mm-hmm.
it was a shocker. Like when I got to see, it was a shocker that she left outsiders because I didn't know why. I didn't don't want to know why. Like you coming to a new team until I talked to her, and I had that. I was wondering, and when she told me, I understood. So I
Mm-hmm.
went straight for her to answer that, ask that question, and you know, uh, yeah,
Now, I think like we just said, and we can close out on this. First of all, before we close out, we still need to give Kamani his flowers. That what that Joker's been doing, especially in tour stops. His first year bowling UBA. I think this is, if I'm not mistaken, and I apologize if I'm wrong, but I think this is his second year bowling. Um, from when I first met him, bowling in the Tuesday League in Conyers, to seeing him now, um, blowing up the way he is. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna call somebody out. I thought Romo was gonna be that guy, but also did that. Um, Kamani, yo, hats off to you, dog. Um, this run that you're on is nothing short of amazing. Far as how much I know you've practiced before and after, with Tavares, and you're another one. You'll sneak up on somebody. You'll walk in the bowling alley. Don't say much. And bust out with that 300 out the gate against in a tough environment like that. That is a hats off, round of applause. Um, that is
Awesome!
nothing short of awesome. Definitely, let me give you your flowers. Big, big, big
yeah, yeah.
shooting 300 today. You earned this. Way to see.
Man, what
Uh,
you?
I, hey, I paid for it. Got to use it, right?
Right. Hey, so look, I'm looking at the comments, man. It's 2 minutes ago, man. Oh man, it's
But
two
yeah,
minutes ago.
but like we
And
said,
listen, I'm gonna
communication.
recap this because some people just got on. They keep regurgitating the same thing. I'm not understanding. It happened. So what happened was our rule is we pay for WCS, and we feel MK tried to pay for WCS on her own. And in our opinion, after finding out, looking to get the money for herself, I'm not sure why she did that. And it just happened.
So that's the answer. So
That's
is that
that's the whole thing.
so
If
that's what
we
you're saying to the questions in the chat and why she got released.
right, they saying getting released and not knows, it was emotional because Matt was highly upset when he found out, and that was before. And then she got on the chat, started talking about she want her money back. Give me my money back. Give me my money I paid. Bro, I think it was $25. I think. I'm not sure. She went, I'm not sure how much it was, but that's what happened. It went left really fast.
Mm. So so I think Daniel Mack just asked. He said, so it was a breach of contract. Is that what you was talking about earlier with the bylaws?
Code of conduct, man. It's just,
Code of conduct. Damn, we getting deep. What
just,
I got I got I
hold on.
got
I guess
badges
maybe we got,
too. What
hold up. I'm in labor, so I'm in labor. I work for the
Whoa.
government, so that's kind of
Oh,
like, yeah. But I don't understand, yo. So let me put it this way. Should have been communicated. Facts should have been there, and Yeah, I, it should have been done. Matt said some things that he shouldn't say, but I think is it goes once you go and back and forth, it's you both gonna get arrested.
That's a good question. So China
So
asked,
what?
was it a verbal or written?
It was written.
Ver-
Hold on, verbal what?
she
Hold on,
said
verbal what
verbal,
though?
written, or assumed.
What? What are you talking about?
I guess the code of conduct or the is that what
Or
you're
the
talking about,
payment?
China?
Or the payment?
Or the no, I think she's talking about the bylaws that y'all have.
So ask them did whether were we paying for WCS or not, and why did she pay with her own money?
Mm.
She didn't say that. I mean, she said she wanted her money back, but I don't. Why did she pay her own money? I don't want to be little, but you put your club in a situation like that. I mean, you know,
Yeah, it definitely sounds like y'all are running it, like you said, as a club that does UBA. Do you want to address what she said in this comment?
what she say? What she say? Who? MK?
Yeah,
What she say? Do I want to address Matt's disrespect?
she
And
said, yeah. So yeah,
yeah, and I said, um, constantly, constantly speaking on what they felt, but can't speak on that. So speak on. I'm not sure what you mean by that.
she's talking about this comment, the Matt disrespecting her.
There's ways how you handle it. You can't even you. Hold up. Going to the emotions. I'm not. I'm gonna come back to that question though. Going to the emotions because when I got the questions, no one spoken to Travis, MK didn't, or me about the emotions in the club. You always is putting stuff out there on social media. I can't read that. We all know people has personalities. People have
I
personalities.
think okay,
So now,
I
so
see what
so
she's
why are you
saying.
just coming out with all of it? I mean, it's just it's getting.
No, I think
She
she's
coming out with
saying
all of this after she released. She should have been in meetings. You had the opportunity because you had the floor, MK, to say your piece about if somebody was emotional, disrespect, and we go from there. Because I understand. I understand we have different personalities in the club.
I what time is okay? I know I lied.
Yeah,
Okay, I
right.
got I got one last question
Yep.
because I'm still confused, and I think a lot of people in the chat, and I seen this in the chat. Did this situation with MK have anything to do with Sierra's release?
Yes.
Okay, so we're so I guess that was my earlier question. Were y'all looking at them as a tandem team that did this?
Yes. Don't say
Okay,
y'all, but the
I'm
person.
sorry. When I say
Yeah,
I'm
right.
speaking in
So
the
when that
officers.
happened, it happened.
Okay, so that's what led to the
But
release.
then
You
I
felt
then I had conversations. I think, um, like I said, the communication should have been there, and I think with the communication, it would have straightened a lot of things. But the communication wasn't there. Um,
was that also was so it was all of them that had something to do with this, or was any of them separate situations? As far as D'Lo,
I don't want to speak on D'Lo.
okay, gotcha. So okay, so
Wow.
yo,
What?
Daniel Mack is stupid. Oh man, Daniel
I'm coming to
Mack
your squad, Daniel Mack. I'm coming to your squad.
is
I get released.
yeah, Daniel Mack is. But okay, so but moral of the story is let's communicate better, guys, as a whole, not just within your group, just as a community.
I'm
Uh,
telling you, hey, hold on, I don't want to cut you off because I gotta
mm.
go real quick. So when teams change players, bowlers next year, we're gonna have a whole show of why.
Right, and they
We'll have
they
a whole show why. Daniel Mack, how Daniel Mack? Where is he now?
full throttle.
Why?
Daniel, do you want to come on and say why you on full throttle?
No, I'm just playing, man. I'm
Nah,
just playing.
nah.
See, we could talk about a lot. We could talk about a lot of posts. You know, the post you made, it got out of hand. We could just talk, right? And
He said Jones Foster Home. That is hilarious.
but
Okay.
MK, you sucked it all up. I mean, emotion that will change. That's
You talking about her comment?
yeah, yeah. The way you saying it is, you know, it's true. It's true. And I mean, the way you saying it that he said that is true. It's true that he said that. Do I always agree with that? No, I don't.
Yeah,
No, I
let's
don't.
not disrespect anybody.
I did not agree with what happened. So your question of
Talking about Sierra's comment?
yeah, yeah, what you think? Back to where you said yes.
That
Opposite
Lamont
of
did
what?
not agree, and Lamont did
Hold up.
not agree with what happened to
Opposite
the
of what
question
was
of.
spoken in my face. Huh?
She said, and Lamont did not agree with what happened. So
I
to
didn't.
your
So
question of
the
if he
opposite of
backed
what you
it,
spoke in my face. So you said I agreed?
no, she's saying you said you backed their decision, but you told her that you didn't. You told her the opposite when y'all spoke.
Remember, So when it
You said you
happened, I
didn't
didn't
agree what
agree.
happened.
I did. So again, you keep talking. I didn't agree, but when I found out the reason, because it just came, it came.
Quick, and that's how he.
Bam.
Yeah. Pause.
Yo, what's up? What's up? So when it came out, I said, oh, okay. But then I heard from you a story that's different.
Talking to Sierra.
So and that's what I was saying. So I mean, we trying to. I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding because um
I mean, how did you find out? I'm curious because you're saying you didn't know at the beginning. How did you
I
find out?
found out through the group chat like everybody else
Uh, okay. Well, that group chat must have been on fire that week.
that day.
That day. So this this wasn't nothing that was led to this. This was a day's work, and it was just emotions and fireworks.
Hey man, that's what the release was.
Okay.
Sierra. That's what I'm saying. So I did not know, right? That's what I told you. When I found out what happened, that's when I backed him. That's when I told you I talked to you Friday. So it's 12:10, man. Nothing I'm
Yes, it
gonna
is.
say gonna make anything better. Um,
By the
but
way, the
the initial
superstar Jordan
money,
Jones just got
the
here.
initial money, the jerseys were paid. So if anybody can show me where you paid for a jersey, we need to talk about refunds and stuff like that. Um, The 125 is league. You get the bowl, you're available, you bowl. We have to improve on things. The communication is one, the availability. Because we had issues with some bowlers wasn't agreeing with the lineup. So they didn't know who was and what not available. So we was transparent and getting, okay, these 9 are available. That's it. So 90% was availability. So right.
Yeah. All right. So with that being,
Everything I said Matthew gonna say what he did. So, you know,
yeah, yeah.
I
I
don't know
mean,
what somebody want. Matter of fact, get a jury. Get a jury together. Cause man, get a jury together.
it said get a jury of your peers. Do you want handicap bowlers or scratch bowlers as the jury?
My home man. I don't know, man. Listen, we got a lot to learn and to do. I got a lot. Cause hey, listen, I was taught. I don't even know if this president. This too much, man. I want to bowl. That's it. I want to bowl. I want to bowl, man.
Hey, you heard what I just said. I'm taking a
I want
step
to
back.
bowl. That's
I
all
want
I
to be
want to do.
I want to be a bowler
I
next
don't want
season.
to hear any stories. I want to bowl. That's what I want to do. And this right here, I love you, MK. Right? I love you. So, you're gonna, it's all right. All right. So,
Alex is stupid.
um, yo, this gone. I gotta,
Yeah, so yeah, we'll talk about that if they get severance packages tomorrow. No, I'm joking.
no, they
No,
everyone
I'm
that paid
joking.
in, everyone that paid in, they're gonna get some of the earnings.
Hey Jordan,
Every,
Jordan.
everyone that paid in, right up until a point percentage, they're gonna get some of the earnings. That's how it's working.
Hey Jordan, you got to get the cliff notes, dog. It's too much. He talking about we got
Mind,
verse.
mind you, if you were caught up on your dues, right? That's where I'm gonna stand with that.
But hey, if the bylaws say that, like they had bylaws, they got team badges because they got a secret snack room where you got to scan the badge to get in there and agree to the code of conduct.
We're different, man. It's different. It's different. It's different, and a lot of members, they can benefit from it.
Hey,
They
like I
use it.
said, I've always gave you y'all props. I definitely had to clear that up with the camaraderie. Y'all are probably as a new team, and the team camaraderie is amazing. That y'all have even today. Sierra still showed up, um, and was kissing and hugging teammates. I think I saw a slow Denzel tear roll in the back. Um, that's a fact, Terry. Um, but we want to end this with love. I damn near want to end this with a prayer. Shit, but but we I think we're getting a little too much emotional. I know what the goal was. I know the comment section is was a little emotional. But like he said, it's 12. I got a migraine, y'all, from this. Was not the plan. I'm out of weed. I don't got a migraine. I got a migraine and I'm hungry and it's 12:15. I think it's too late for me to eat. Um, I'm going to bed to lay down. I did want to get up in the morning, but shit. Um, yeah, they keep claiming that Sump is mid. I don't know what they talking about in the chat.
What's going on here? I knew I wasn't gonna win. I'm not here for a win. I'm not here.
No, 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 no. We were just here to clear up some
Not It's
things.
not anything but um, communication and
No,
facts from the club. From
but
I recap.
whenever whenever there's situations like this, no one wins. But we talk it out, we get things out in the open, like you keep saying, we get better and we get better and we get better. Did I cut out?
All
Oh
right,
no.
yo, let's hey man, thank you for letting me on and
Oh no.
thank you everybody.
Anytime. Next time.
Hopefully not see you more, not on better terms.
That's what I was just about to say. I agree with you.
Yeah, so
I definitely hope it's on different terms. These headphones is getting on my nerves, and I think I just. But thank you for coming on. Great show. Thank you for the comment section. Because you definitely kept us on longer
always,
than what we wanted
always,
to.
yes.
Huh?
Comment section.
So,
I
yeah,
love
the
it.
comment section is definitely kept us on longer than what we wanted to be. But I healthy conversation is good, y'all. Healthy conversation helps people learn what not to do and do. But thank you for the crowd. Thank you for
Those
um,
switches.
we laughed, we cried. But thank you everybody for watching the outside. I will repost the comments and I'm sorry, I will repost the video. It is on YouTube. I definitely want to thank y'all for coming on and watching and staying up with us this late. I know normally we do stay on this late, but I'm tired. I'm tired. My battery is drained. It is, yeah. Yeah. It's drained. So y'all have a good night, Lamont. Big win for the congratulations everyone today.
All right,
Um,
champ. Take it easy, man. I appreciate it.
yep. Y'all have a good one. Good night.